Hi, it's Dave Diegelman with Equity Real Estate. Welcome to August 2025 market report for the Southern Utah real estate market. Let's dive into the numbers. So let's first take a look at the sold listings that we have month by month. This past month in July, we closed out at 414. Last year at the end of August was 441. So a little bit of difference, but normal trends say that that's kind of a normal place that the market should be. Listing prices. Before I go to listing prices, let's look at what the active listings look like. You can see up here there's a larger and larger gap between the sold inventory and active listings. Right now it shows 2,389 listings. Last year, the end of August, it was 1,839. So that's a significant increase in inventory buildup. Let's go over and look at listing prices. This does not reflect upon a singular sized home, and they are not comparative. It's just giving an average of what our sold price has been, the sold median sales price. So we're sitting right at 500,000 for the close of July. Last year, the close of August, we were sitting at 462,500. Absorption rate in month. Absorption rate is how many months worth of inventory do we have versus the sales that are happening each month. So you can see this big buildup in absorption rate, and right now we're at 5.64. We've been up high for quite a while, actually. Last year at the end of August, it was 4.5. So that's a significant increase in absorption rate. It's good for buyers. There's a lot more inventory to choose from. For sellers, it means it's a competitive market. You better be on your game. Sold to list ratio. So we're going to look at this in more detail in a minute. 95.4% right now. Last year at this time it was 95.6%. So this looks like it goes in huge spikes, but the numbers go from 95 to 96%. So it really isn't that much of a story there. Days on market. We're currently at 72 days on the market. Last year at this time, or in August, we were at 64 days on the market. And at our peak, we were at about 83 days on the market, 82 days on the market. Price volume, this is how many millions of dollars worth of inventory is sold each month. And right now we're sitting at almost 233 million for the close of July. Last year, it was at 255 million and some change. So that's about a 10% decrease in our price volume of sold listings. Let's go down and look at the different categories of numbers and what they're doing. So these are sold listings, and you can see we're going to start out at the 200 to 250 range. Several single wide and double wide homes will be on property or on leased property, and they will qualify in this range. As also some of them are in the 150 to 199 and less range. But anyway, that's the largest increase that we have down here at 13%. And then the 250 to 299 market, 8.1% increase. 300 to 349 is a minus 7.2%. 350 to 399 is minus 10%. You can see the numbers aren't all that high there. They're getting a little bit higher at 350 to 399. And then this is really where I consider our starter home marketplace to start, the 400 to 499, 449 rather. And this is what I would consider the start of our starter home marketplace, is the 400 to 449. And you can see there's a whopping 12.7% increase in overall volume on that. 450 to 499, it lost 2%. 500 to 749, this is the majority of numbers in our marketplace are going to fall here, and that was up 10%. 750 to a million, up 1%. 1 to 2 million fell 11.5%. We're going to talk about this more in our marketing newsletter, the web edition. So if you want to see that, there's a link down below, or you can just go to utahdreamhomes.com, which is utdreamhomes.com, and just go to the blog page and you'll find the August 2025 market report. 2 million and above we really don't have enough numbers to make sense out of anything going on there as trends. We do have numbers there though. Let's see, active listings is going to follow pretty close to what we had up above. You can see our biggest category of active listings is 500 to 750. And after that, it's going to be kind of close between a few, but 750 to a million and 1 to 2 million. So those are the areas where buyers are finding some unusually good value in the marketplace. We're going to hop on over to some newer stats that I'm using on the market, and we're going to take a look at days on market and the sold list ratios by market time. So if we look here, we're going to see the average days on market, and we're going to go from the original listing price as opposed to the listing price. The difference is if something gets put on the market and then they do a price drop, that original listing price is what we're going to look at, not the new price drop of the listing price. So the original list price, you can see right here, 0 to 30 days, 98% of our inventory, 98.52% of our inventory is closing within the first 30 days. Now that might be surprising to you because our average market time, again, being up over 70 days right now. But what's happening in the marketplace right now is if agents and sellers are not placing their property right at the comps, the property's not selling, or it's taking a much longer time to sell, and usually there's price drops that are associated with that. 31 to 60 days, almost 96% sold to original price, and then 61 to 90 days, 94% of sold to original list price. 90 to 120 days, 93% of the sold to original list price, and then 121 days plus is 90.47% of the sold to original list price. So you can see what's happening here is the longer it goes, the more price reductions there are. And this is mirrored up here by the sold to the list price, which is the amended price. And you can see those numbers are much higher, 7% higher over in this category here because the price has dropped. So if you're a seller and you're looking at putting your house on the market, don't get excited about the numbers that happened in 2020, 21, 22. Because we're not there. Our market hasn't fallen, but it's been very, very stable. So listen to your agent and what they're recommending and the comps, where the comps are coming in and where they're closing at. So let's go down to the next category, cumulative days on the market, similar to what we looked at up above. So this is just the same ratios that we have up above. It's the same type of numbers, the same type of discrepancies between the two. Cumulative days on the market and the sold list ratio by market time. So this is kind of interesting, is how many properties are selling in how many days. So 41% of the inventory that's on the market is selling within 30 days. Again, it's priced properly. So we go to the next category, 31 to 60 days, 17.54% is selling in that time. And then 61 to 90 days, almost 11% is selling that time. And then 91 to 120 days, 7.52%. And then 121 days plus, almost 23% of our marketplace is taking 121 days plus to sell. And again, oftentimes if you look at it, those are properties that got put on too high and they had to reduce their price over and over again to sell. So also this month I wanted to just point out, we're going to look at several different things that affect the Southern Utah marketplace. And this is an odd one, but near and dear to my heart, mountain biking and what it brings to the community. Mountain biking brings a tremendous amount of income to our community. And so we're looking at the stats on it and what it does to the community, and statewide and also for Southern Utah. Then we're going to look at the international buyers who buy properties, predominantly luxury properties in the U.S., and this does affect Southern Utah as well. What those trends are, why they're happening, and actually that some homes are cheaper this year for those buyers. And certainly we can see that in Southern Utah, that they're getting a lot more for their money in the luxury market in certain categories. Out of reach. supply and demand at the heart of Southern Utah housing crisis, analysis says. And this just looks at what all of us who live here already know, but it also looks at some of the solutions that are coming on board. And yeah, that's a challenge for our area. Homes are cheaper this year for these buyers, and again, we're looking at certain homes, predominantly the luxury market across the U.S., and it does affect us in Southern Utah. The next one is helping seniors sell without the stress. Over the last 20 years, I've been in business, 20 plus years, I've helped probably hundreds of seniors sell their home, and there's different reasons. Every case is going to be unique, but there's a lot of commonalities with seniors. Some of them are moving into communities closer to their kids. Some of them are moving into care facilities. But there are certain things that happen with seniors that can cause a lot of stress if they're not addressed upfront and handled upfront with solutions. So we kind of look at that. And again, if you have any questions on this or anything else in real estate for that matter, feel free to give me a call. My direct private line is 435-703-4041. Well, that's a wrap for the numbers. Go check out the website page where we go into more details. And again, that's at utah.dreamhomes.com, utdreamhomes.com, and just go under the blog category and look for the August 2025 Southern Utah Market Report. Well, God bless you. Have a great rest of the summer.